Hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 in the series, Evil Geniuses Puma versus Liquid Hero. Let's go ahead and watch what's going to happen in this best of 3 series right now. Split 1-1 obviously, as this is Game 3 in the best of 3. We have Puma spawning as the red Terran player on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Hero spawning on the top left hand side of the map as the blue Protoss. Protoss versus Terran here on, I believe this is... Actually, I completely forgot what map this was. Oh my goodness. I'll go ahead and take a look at this. Actually, I don't think I've ever cast a game on this map. I have never cast a game on this map. How interesting. Okay, so I will go ahead and figure out the name of this map. For some reason, I thought it was Kravost for a second, but it is not. Maybe Twilight Fortress, as there's only 3 starting locations. There is a base down over here. Let me go ahead and review it. There is a base down over here, and then there is a low ground far expansion over here. There is also a center expansion here, which expands into the middle part of the map, which is quite dangerous. There is a Xel'Naga tower here. Not quite sure what this the timing on this Xel'Naga tower means. Perhaps it means that it takes 4 minutes of 420 seconds, which is 7 minutes before it is allowed to be activated. That would be an interesting addition in maps where you do not want to allow the game to really come down to that Xel'Naga tower that early. By coming to that Xel'Naga tower, if you're able to scout out where your opponent's probe is coming from, perhaps giving you a little bit of a heads up and being able to scout out. So very, very nice if that is the case there, as Puma now opting to go for an earlier supply depot, and with this earlier supply depot is going to be able to perhaps... Wait a second, what is this? He also got gas, so he is going to end up delaying his orbital command, or the timing on this is... Okay, I am so confused on the timing on this, how he was able to afford an additional supply depot. I wasn't watching the build order, but this is not your standard build order at all. Perhaps going for an earlier refinery, or getting an earlier refinery up, and then delaying the barracks, and then stopping SCV production. So I think that's what's going to happen. And what's very curious about this build is that it looks like a fast expansion build. You come across the front door, you see double supply depots, and you think to yourself, okay, he doesn't have gas. He's going to go for an early command center, but no, he's going to be going in for Banshees, going in for a second refinery already. This is going to be cloaked Banshees, and Hero may not be ready to expect this at all. This is a very, very build order specific build that Puma is going to try, and if it is not scouted out, or if Hero, I'm not quite sure why that one pylon was canceled there. Hero might be supply blocked for a little bit as the Stalker now making its way down. Yeah, canceling that one pylon, and that is going to be a huge mistake as well. So no, going for a proxy pylon back down over here. That is still going to cause Hero to really not have that many probes. 22 probes. He's going to lose some of his production, as we now see an SCV building a supply depot off over here, and now going into proxy Stargate. Alright, so both players going into very different builds, and I believe Hero is going for Stargate for Void Rays. Now, this is going to come down to who trains the anti-air unit first, Viking or Phoenix. Many people, or not many people, know this, but Phoenix is actually beat out a Viking in a one-on-one fight. So if you think that the Terran has the best anti-air unit, Phoenix is actually win out in a 1v1 fight. They have slightly more hit points, and because they're not armored and they attack faster, they're able to deal that damage, and you don't have to worry about kiting those units, as we are now going to have a chrono boosted out Stargate for those Stalkers. We are going to have a bunker on this front door, and both players in a world of trouble. Stalkers are now trying to push up that ramp. They are going to have sight up onto here, and this is definitely going to be an issue. The Void Ray will be coming out in just a moment, and now a second bunker being added as well. SCVs coming in to repair. Marines need to continue to be trained up, as this Banshee will be making its way out, and if a Viking is added, that would be the most brilliant move by Puma, perhaps expecting what could be coming in. He's sitting on a lot of gas right now. If he goes for a Raven, that is not that good of an idea, especially as the Void Ray already pushing on the front door. The Raven needs to be canceled. There's that Viking. Here we go. Marine's going to start push as well, as the SCVs need to start repairing there, and this supply depot is going to get taken down as well. Puma will be supply blocked. 37 over 28, and that is going to hurt him a lot. It looks like we are going into more barracks, and this is going to be a definite issue. The barracks is in trouble. None of the SCVs are repairing. What is going on? This looks rather strange, but now in comes the cloaked Banshee. The Banshee now getting some probe kills. He does have a very limited amount of energy, trying to get as much damage as possible. And now, finally, the barracks is back. There is one Viking in this group, but he is supply block 36 over 35. The Phoenixes are keeping track of this Banshee. This is really bad news for this Banshee. The Banshee most likely will just get shot down, trying to figure out where it can go. It wants to get even more kills, as both sides are in a really strange world of hurt. Puma now decloaking on the north side, and Hero does not spot him. That is huge, as the Void Rays are now trying to push in, but that's going to be a very bad day, as the Viking is going to be able to just keep track with that Void Ray. That Void Ray will get shot down. The Void Ray does not move nearly as quickly. Viking has superior range. Going to use that shoot and scoot. Does 28 damage per attack. Essentially 14 damage per attack. Very nicely done, using those Lancer torpedoes to shoot down that Void Ray. And both players in awfully strange territory. We do have a Raven that's now in the air. The Banshee, I believe, yes, no, the Banshee's still hiding off over here. Could come back in to try and come back in and do a little bit more harassment. Hero does have one observer in the group. We have Stalkers over here. Both players still running off of one base, as I can't make any predictions anymore. Really, both players in uncharted territories at this stage. Banshees are being added. Raven is out and about. Perhaps we'll be able to drop in some point defense drones. There is an observer, no, a probe hiding in the brush over here. That is an awfully strange place for it. As the Xel'Naga, oh, the Xel'Naga tower burrows itself after the 7-minute mark. So that's a strange effect there, as we are now going to see Stalkers and an observer make its way up that ramp. Siege tank over here. There is the Raven, and will it be able? Yes, shoots down the observer. That was a huge mistake, as now that Banshee could perhaps get in a lot more damage. The Banshee is now moving out. It is cloaked. It needs to find this one Stargate. The Stargate is back over here. Banshee being smart about energy, deciding to cloak, and now Puma does see the Stargate. Will he go after it is the key question. Yes, gonna perhaps go after that pylon first. Gonna get in some very easy damage there. Prevent the powering of that Stargate. I don't imagine a fleet beacon will be warped in before the Stargate is taken down. But if so, that would be the craziest crazy rush into motherships ever. Puma does have, oh, quickly cloaking, now able to run away. There are those 3 Phoenixes now trying to give chase, as the Marines and Siege tanks, no medevacs in this group, no stim, so this is a straight Banshee, Viking, Marine group that is going to be knocking on this front door. Harvester count 31 compared to 24, but there are mules, as the Phoenixes look to cause some harassment, and Puma is essentially going to be all in with this SCV rush as well. Is this all-in going to work? That is the question that is on everyone's mind now, as the Siege tanks are pushing in. There is no expansion, so the Siege tanks sieging just a bit early. The Siege tanks need to move up into this location here. There are a lot of SCVs in this group. SCVs need to back off. And now what is going to be happening? SCVs losing a lot of mining time already. And in come the Phoenixes. The Phoenix is unable to engage. And I'm not quite sure what these SCVs are planning to do. The SCVs are now looking to bring in more SCVs. Marines are sticking close together. Do not want to walk into this trap over here. There is a Viking in that group. The Viking now going to have a bad day, as the Siege tanks are going to slowly push their way up the ramp, preventing any force fields. Oh, the Raven was quickly targeted. There's a bunker now being added. SCVs are going to get graviton beamed there, as now the Banshee, a point defense drone needs to be added, as a new SCV being added as well. Are we going to see a point defense drone? No, come on. No point defense drone. Phoenix needs to perhaps cloak. A point defense drone would be huge. Puma does have a maximum number of energy. It would prevent the damage from the Phoenixes, as well as the Vikings are trying to push in. More Marines need to come back in. There is the Immortal now getting some damage in on that bunker as it gets taken down. And I am rather annoyed at Puma not getting auto turrets or point defense drones. And the Phoenixes are now gone. Marines, SCVs, both sides in position. And it looks as, I believe, if Hero is able to fend off this attack, he should be able to come out with the victory here, as the siege tanks are now going to start to slowly push in even further. A fresh siege tank joining in on that fight, and Immortal getting a little bit too close to the action, as the Marines do not have stim. We are merging in an Archon. That one Raven is still here. Still no point defense drones. What is going on? Not quite sure, as now we are going to be getting some more bunkers into position. The Zealots do not want to try to engage. There is a Dark Templar in the group as well, so the Dark Templar is going to be able to get in a lot of damage. In comes the Cloaked Banshee, and now Immortal's trying to engage. Siege tanks blasting apart. Down goes, there's the point defense drone, finally in play, preventing that bunker from being destroyed, as that bunker is currently low on hit points. Dark Templars are now making their way and ravaging this base here. A second Raven is being added as the Marines are continuing their push into this base. This may become a base race as the Banshee is in trouble. The Banshee needs to back out. It looks like it is going to back out just in time. Zealots are overcharging at the point defense drone, intercepting a lot of the damage there. Bunker about to be completed. SCVs, where are they? Nowhere to be found, as the Marines are able to now stem up onto the high ground. Another point defense drone could be added. SCVs need to repair this bunker, as it is now going to take a lot of damage. A second point defense drone now up. Bunker now just absorbing a lot of damage here. Marines, both sides fighting. The Viking could land here in just a moment. In comes the fresh Immortal, as the Dark Templars finally going to get finished off down over here. We can see a Dark Templar over here. No scanner sweep. The Marines need to make their way. The one Raven is very, very, very slow. Down goes another siege tank, as the Dark Templars going after the siege tank. And those Dark Templars do move slightly faster, able to chase off all of those units. And now Dark Templars are going to get cleaned up there. SCVs, no more Marines coming back in. Another Nexus over here. The Proxy's Dark Shrine off on the far side of the map. Point defense drone still intercepting some attacks and now absorbing a lot of that damage. Is it going to be enough? The Raven does have a little bit of energy. It looks like it should be able to get off another point defense drone in just a moment. The Marines do have stim. A point defense drone would be clutch right now. No point defense drone just quite yet. The Banshee now just coming in, and now we see that there are the pylons coming down. The Marines are using stim. Down goes the unit there. There's the point defense drone intercepting all of the attacks. The Immortals able to finish off more units, but the Stalkers are completely getting neutralized by Marines, and the Marines are still charging in. It looks like there is still a Raven in the group, so no Dark Templars should be able to come in at all. The Stalker now gets taken down over here, as a Viking gonna join in on the ground fight. And wow, the Viking may get surrounded, taken down by probes, as the Marines look to finish this off over here. This Nexus was canceled, as Zealots are now charging in to join in and try to finish off this battle. Zealots, Marines are all very low on hit points, and there's the GG. 2 food versus 18 food here. And wow, what a very close game. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, all very exciting matches. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.